The BC bribe taker is still on the government's radar. A cabinet minister disagrees with the government's Bahamar position, and Bahamians told to bunker down for the arrival of Tropical Storm Erica. Find out about those stories and others. I'm your host, Krishna Virgil, and welcome to the Tribune Top 5. Legal Affairs Minister Damien Gomez said the Department of Public Prosecutions is working to diligently prosecute the alleged BEC bribe taker.
Mr. Gomez said on Wednesday that government attorneys were working to diligently prosecute a Bahamian official who allegedly accepted $325,000 in bribes to influence Bahamas Electricity Corporation contracts to a French company between 1999 and 2003. He said while the government has been heavily criticized for being slow to act on prosecution, this is not the case. Mr. Gomez told the Tribune that the process is not so simple as to just compel the alleged bribe taker to appear before a magistrate and have the person charged. Mr. Gomez said officials know who the alleged bribe taker is. However, he was not at liberty to say because officials at the Department of Public Prosecutions were still in the process of gathering vital evidence to strengthen the Crown's case. In addition, the Central and South Luther MP said that a large portion of the evidence remains in the United States. Last December, Tribune Business exclusively revealed that French energy company Alstom, formerly ABB, allegedly paid more than $300,000 to a government official to secure the purchase of a slow diesel generator for the electricity company nearly 15 years ago. Standard & Poor's on Tuesday night downgraded the Bahamas' sovereign credit worthiness, warning of depressed growth due to a combination of the Bahamar dispute and long-term structural weaknesses in the economy. The rating agency, in predicting that this nation would suffer low GDP per capita growth of less than 1% over the next several years, warned that there was a greater than a 1 in 3 chance that it could slash the Bahamas' credit worthiness again within the next 6 months to 2 years. And perhaps significantly, S&P warned that the Christie administration's handling of the Bahamar dispute, not just the outcome, would be a major factor in determining whether it lowered the Bahamas' credit rating again. It predicted that Bahamar would now not open in time for the peak 2015-2016 winter season, and that visitor demand for the resort would take longer to materialize due to the reputational damage sustained by the dispute over the project. The only comfort for the government and Bahamian people is that this nation held on to an investment grade by its fingertips, as the S&P cut the sovereign rating to BBB A3 from BBB plus A2.
Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe has urged the Christie administration to drop its Bahamar winding up petition.
The minister on Sunday called for the Christie administration to suspend its winding up petition and focus on its role as a mediator in the stalled Bahamar negotiations. Mr. Wilshcombe said the biggest losers in the protracted legal fight over the $3.5 billion mega resort are the Bahamian people, as he predicted that court rulings in both the Bahamas and U.S. courts could be followed by lengthy appeals. He suggested that if liquidators are appointed to oversee the resort, it would lead to an uphill battle for the government. Pointing out that both the Bahamas and Chinese governments held the trump cards, he insisted that it was never too late to rebuild broken relationships and salvage goodwill if all sides made good on declarations that they were committed to opening the resort. Mr. Wilson said, quote, "Of course, the government has made the decision to proceed as such, and we take direction from legal quarters. That notwithstanding, it doesn't mean the players in the game can't sit and talk. Maybe I'm ignorant, but the bigger thing for me is getting the matter resolved, and in my view, it's bigger than the wrangling that's taking place and all the brilliance of law," end quote. Last week, Supreme Court Justice Ian Winder said he would decide on December 4th if he would grant or strike out the government's winding up petition for the appointment of provisional liquidators to oversee the development. Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner minced no words when it came to Minister of State for Legal Affairs Damien Gomez, saying she will sue the minister for criminal defamation of character following his revelations that he intended to file election court petitions to declare both her seat and that of Killarney MP Dr. Rupert Minnis vacant for alleged violation of the Constitution's conflict of interest rule. The former F&M deputy leader told the Tribune that Mr. Gomez will see me and my attorney in court, adding that she will not rest until she unequivocally proves that she is innocent of those accusations. In response, Mr. Gomez fired back, insisting that something is wrong with Mrs. Butler Turner's defensiveness because his bid to remove her and the F&M leader from the House of Assembly was not to prove that they were guilty of skullduggery, but to show that they are in contravention of Article 49 of the Constitution. That clause states that if a member of parliament does not get approval from the House of Assembly or Senate through a resolution to have a contract with the government, his or her seat should be declared vacant by the election court. Mr. Gomez said if it was brought to his attention that PLP MPs of the government had contracts that they have not disclosed or sought approval from Parliament to engage in, they too would face the same course of action. The agreements in question are the Stat Care contract signed between a company which Dr. Minnis has interest in and the Public Hospitals Authority in 2005 before he entered politics. The arrangement was continued while Dr. Minnis served as Health Minister from 2007 to 2012 and continues on a month-to-month basis. Dr. Minnis has said the issue is a moot point because he disclosed the matter after he was elected. The alleged conflict with Mrs. Butler-Turner reportedly centers on a government department renting a space from the Milo B. Butler and Sons building.
Weather experts have warned that Tropical Storm Erica is strengthening and have advised Bahamians to prepare for the worst.
Tropical Storm Erica, which has already been blamed for around a dozen deaths in the Caribbean, has gained strength and is expected to bring torrential rain and flash flooding to the southeast and central Bahamas by Saturday morning. According to meteorologist Michael Stubbs, on Erica's current track, Providence will be hit the hardest as the eye is expected to pass directly over the capital on Sunday. The first effects of the approaching storm were felt on Thursday when the government announced the opening of public schools across the country for the new academic school year has been delayed. Mr. Stubbs said on a full moon, Erica is also expected to have certain effects with significant impact on rainfall. The full moon, he said, will make it worse because of the impact it has on currents. The storm is also expected to dump 4 to 8 inches of rain on the country. On Thursday, a tropical storm watch was placed on the islands of Anagua, Maguana, Acklins, Crooked Island, Long Key, Ragged Island, and the nearby Turks and Caicos Islands. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions can be experienced in those areas within 48 hours. A tropical storm alert is now in effect in the central Bahamas, including Long Island, the Exumas, Cat Islands, San Salvador, and Rumpies. An alert means that hurricane conditions can impact those islands within 60 hours.
Once again, and on the discussion, well, here's who you can. Just log on to our website at www.tribune242.com. Like us on Facebook, the Tribune News Network. Send us a tweet at Tribune242 or subscribe to our YouTube